Good afternoon. I was fooling with my hair, you guys. My ponytail was not wanting to work, so I had to fix it. All right. Welcome. Happy Sunday, wherever you are watching from. I want to welcome you to Barbara's Stamp Pad on a. It's not so sunny, but I mean, I'm sure it's hot outside. I haven't been outside today, but it's showing 93. But I'm sure it's going to get hotter. It's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Hello, Heather. Welcome. Hadn't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing okay. And good afternoon, Stella and Jackie. It's going to give a few moments for a few more people to come on in. Say hi to everybody as they're coming in. Hello, Beverly. Yes, happy 4th of July this upcoming Tuesday. Thank you for sharing, Beverly. I have a funny video to show y'all. If y'all haven't seen it, it's going to be in the spirit of 4th of July. And I will tell you, I see 2 cats underneath my desk, and one of them is the repeat offender that jumps up on my desk. He is sleeping. He's looking at me right now. I'm trying not to make eye contact because y'all know what happens when you make eye contact with your fur babies. Like they're up on you all of a sudden. He's sleeping with Maisie. So somewhere Jerry and Missy have run off together, which I'm not surprised because it's so cute to see them kind of mix matching when it comes to sleeping with each other. And sometimes the positions they're in are like hilarious. But he hears me talking. So in order to save my lapse, I have a I have a little comfortable blanket because I have shorts on today. So that's protecting my lap in case he jumps up unexpected. And then I don't know if you can see, but right here off to the side, if he insists on coming up here and being next to me, I'm going to put him like over here on this blanket over here. But right now, he seems to be doing okay. So I fed him before we got started and gave him some fresh milk. And so hopefully that will that will appease him for a little while. Hello, Paula. And thank you for sharing, Heather. And then hello, Cindy from Rhode Island. Oh, I heard a sneeze. Somebody's in the room sneezing. Hello, and thank you for sharing, Cindy. Let me go ahead and get started with a couple of announcements as people come in. These are the usual announcements. I do want to welcome you wherever you're watching from. And if you're watching from YouTube, in the lower right-hand screen, you'll see a cat holding a subscribe button. You can hover over that and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you know when I go live or when I upload a video. Also, we have a new month, so happy birthday to you if your birthday is in the month of July. You know, you can join my email list for your birthday goodies. I'm trying to remember if I have I think there's a free tutorial you can download when you get I can't remember what I had on there, but I do know there's some other things that you can take advantage of in your birthday month. Even a little gift package from me, but you do have to redeem it within that birthday email. So anyway, happy birthday. Your birthday is your birthday month. Also, don't forget, we have a new paper pumpkin kit. The deadline will be July the 10th, and this one is called Fun in the Sun, and it's going to contain enough supplies that you'll need to create 9 cards, 3 of each designs. There's 3 designs. There'll be coordinating envelopes, It'll be an all occasion stamp set to support and encourage those you love. It'll have some pearlescent back sequins, a summertime ephemera pack. There will be pre-cut die cut cuts, and a daffodil Stampin' Spot is your ink color for the month. So if you're looking for not only an economical way to get your crafting on, and you want something that has everything's already coordinated, delivered right to wherever you get your mail, paper pumpkin kits are the way to go. They come in, this is my last kit that I got, and they come in these boxes. And then sometimes there's add-ons. So this is the June kit, the Welcome In. As you can see, mine is still in the box. But there are times that they come with coordinating. They don't come with their add-ons, basically, with dies or some other kind of add-on pack that you can get. So that goes with that. Also, there are a few ways to subscribe, and those are monthly, where you can pay as you go. That'll be $23.50 a month, and that includes shipping. So if you're thinking about subscribing, I'm always going to suggest doing it the monthly way, because you can cancel at any time, or you can take advantage. If you want to gift a subscription to someone, you can opt for the prepaid codes, where you can buy 1, 3, 6, or 12 months. And as you see, with the 3 months, 6 months, I think it's starting at 6 months, you start saving. And then with the annual subscription, you actually get one of your months for free. So that's a great way to build up your little stamp collection. Now, those stamps that come in the paper pumpkin kits, those are exclusive to just Paper Pumpkin. You're not going to see those in any of our catalogs ever. And so, but it's a great way to build up your stamp collection. If you don't care, you just like all occasion greetings and sentiments, that's a great way to build up your stamp collection, as well as your ink color collection. So if you really like some of those colors, you can try them before you buy them, and before you invest into the larger ink pads, or you can simply just purchase the refills and continue to ink those over and over and over. Each one of those kits, with new subscriptions, you're going to be getting an acrylic block that you can use over and over and over. So, and then don't forget, my Paper Pumpkin subscribers get 4x6 cardstock cuts every single month, and that's just as a thank you for being a subscriber of mine. Also, let me catch up on some comments before I go on to the next one. We have Melinda from Spring Hill, Florida, joining us from YouTube. Hello, Melinda. Thank you for sharing, Paula. Cindy Dotson. 60. Sorry, my nose is itching, you guys. When did you turn 60? Today? My nose is itchy. Try not to scratch it with my fingers. I don't know why my nose is itchy. Wow, 60. Thank you for sharing, Libby. Oh, on the 21st? Wow. Well, I just turned 50, so like back on Mother's Day. So I have a little bit to catch up to that, but I'll be there eventually, like in 10 years. All right, let me get back to some announcements. We have some upcoming announcements coming up in the Stampin' Up! World, if you haven't heard yet. We have bonus days coming up on July 6th through the 31st. So starting with July all the way through the end of the month through the 31st, for every $50 that you spend between those dates, you're going to get a $5 coupon that you can redeem in August. And these are the 3 steps. Basically, you earn them with your order. You do have to make sure you provide a valid email address when completing your purchase. And then after placing your order, the coupon code or your codes will be emailed to you. So you want to save those emails or take a picture of them. And then in August, you'll be able to redeem them. And I don't know if you've ever noticed, but when you're placing an order over to the right, there is a spot for, where you normally put in the host code. Well, down below, there's an area where you can put in coupon codes. I would suggest saving that email, like starring it, doing something where you'll be able to find it easy and copy and paste. That's the best way to get those coupon codes and get them right. And then you can just paste them on that Stampin' Up! Order screen. And then when you hit continue or apply, y'all, I felt somebody touch my back. I am home alone, and there is some shady stuff that happens around here when it's quiet. So, but anyway, copying and pasting, that's the best way to get those codes on there. And then, of course, you'll see the total off to the right. I will tell you, though, that typically those coupon codes reduce the amount of, they'll reduce your order, but you want to keep in mind, especially if you're trying to get like the free kit from me or coordinating accessory. I don't see, like, I see that you placed an order, but ultimately, the part that's eligible for the order, that's the part that gets reduced. And just to give you an example, like if you place a $50 order, you're going to get the free kit and coordinating accessory from me. But if you used a $5 off coupon that you earned like in July, it's going to take that order down to $45. So when I go run the report to see whose order for that host code qualifies for the free kit, it's not going to show up. So you would have to place a $55 order. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. But that happens all the time whenever we have bonus days, and that even happens to demonstrators when we use coupon codes that are given to us as well. So it's just something we have to pay attention to. But don't forget, we got bonus days coming up. So if you have an order that you need to place, I'm going to highly suggest that you wait until at least the 6th to do that, because not only will you, let me put this banner going across here, not only will you, with orders of $35 or more, using that host code scrolling across your screen from the 1st to the 15th, you're going to get the free class kit that I'm going to be demonstrating today. If your order's $50 or more, you're going to get the coordinating accessory, which is going to be a package of the iridescent pearl basic jewels. We're going to be using that. And then also, you're going to earn a $5 bonus coupon that you can use in August. So wait until July 6th to place your orders, and then just pay attention to the amounts that you're ordering so that you can maximize your savings between the free kit, the coordinating accessory, and then also earning a bonus coupon that you can use in August. Beverly says, be sure to hit the like or thumbs up button. It helps me. Thank you, Beverly. It does. It shares the video. It's all with algorithms. As you can see, we have lots of different people joining us. We have new people joining us on a weekly basis now, and that's because of the sharing. The video is getting shown to more groups, different pages, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, and you get to join in the fun festivities from San Antonio, Texas on a Sunday afternoon. I'm a spring chicken. Girl, let me tell you, sometimes I don't feel like a spring chicken. But thank you. Also, don't forget, we have some online exclusives coming up as well, beginning July 6th. So we've got some new things that are going to be popping up on our online exclusive. So you'll want to come back and check that out. There's a few Christmas things on there. So if you like getting started on Christmas stuff in July, you'll want to check out some online exclusives. Also, let's see. Here's a few extra ones here. Y'all like my digital scrapbook page? So if you are in the San Antonio, Texas area, this is the annual gigantic scrapbook paper crafting sale that is going to be July 22nd, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. I forgot to put where it's at on here, but it's at the La Quinta Inn that is over off I-10 and Horizon Boulevard here in San Antonio. If you go to my events section, it's on there on the July 22nd tab, so you can grab the address off. I believe there's also, yes, there's also an event on my Facebook page. You can go visit as well. And it's only going to be 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., but there will be all kinds of vendors there from all different kinds of crafting things. You've got Creative Memories, close to my heart. I'll be there Stampin' Up, Tim Holtz, and then just other people that are going to be there selling all of their selling scrapbook paper crafting items and things like that. So if you're in the San Antonio, Texas area, or if you're close by and you want to do something on that Saturday morning, I invite you to come and stop by. I wish it was longer, but it's not. It's only 3 hours long. So hopefully we'll see you there. Also, for those of you that might not know right now, it started just started yesterday, but it does go all the way through the 5th. But if you're looking for some Stampin' Up merchandise, I do have a 4th of July weekend sale on my Retired Merchandise website. I even have a coupon code you can use. It's July 4th, and that will take 25% off your entire online order. And let me take this off real quick. With an option to BOGO. And what does that mean? So normally BOGO, you buy my retired merchandise and you get new product for free, equal value. So if you place a $50 order online with retired merchandise, then you tell me what you want, new product, and I'll order that, and that gets sent to you and I pay for that. So that's your BOGO, buy one, get one free. But you don't have to BOGO. I'm giving you the option this time. And what that means is if you choose not to participate in BOGO, you can just tell me in the notes section when you check out, and then I'll put together that retired merchandise order and ship it to you. Or you can choose not to respond, because usually there's a 24-hour turnaround as far as getting me the new product order. So if I don't hear from you in 24 hours and there's not a note on your checkout screen on Square, then I'll just assume that you don't want BOGO. But anything after that, you can't go back. You have to let me know pretty much right away that you want BOGO. So, but it does go through July the 5th, and there is a link. I think there's a link in the event description. If there's not, after the video, I'll go and add it in, or you can scan that QR code. So if you are looking for pretty much anything, and y'all, even though I recently had a BOGO Mother's Day weekend, and I've had sales, I have a lot of stuff that's still out there for grabs, retired. Some things are still new in package. Some things are partial packages. It could be stamps, accessories. There's paper pumpkin kits, host stamps, celebration. There's tools, storage, cardstock, inks, bundles, dies, punches, you name it, it's there. Okay. So, and I say that, and I've been promoting it a lot lately because y'all, we have a new mini catalog coming up. So there's going to be even more stuff to come in a new catalog. So If I don't have your current address and you want to make sure you get a catalog, if you ordered from me within the last year, you're going to automatically get a complimentary mini catalog when they get when I get them shipped out. So just make sure if you've moved, let me know that, because I want to make sure you get your catalog at the right address. I think that's it. Let me catch up on some comments. We have no new comments, which is okay. Oh, you know what? I meant to do this. I'm going to do something and hopefully I'm looking at something, you guys. Okay, I just switched over to my Wi-Fi. I know I had an issue a couple of weekends ago, and that was because I was on Chris's Wi-Fi, and I just switched over to my own. So hopefully we won't have any issues. Not that I expected any, but let me put this back up there so y'all can see that. And we're at 21 minutes. Also, my last little update I want to give, other than if you need a new annual catalog, just let me know. You can message me, or when you join my email list, there's an option on there to automatically to let me know that you need one, and then I'll send one out. Also, for those of you that might have missed my very sad Sunday last week, I was able to bring Mello home. I went and picked his ashes up Thursday, and of course I lost it all over again. I'm getting better about not crying at a dime, but I will have to share with you, I brought him home. I brought him home Thursday. It was Thursday afternoon, and he was in here with me. Like, he was right here over here on this table, because he was still in the bag and the urn and everything. And earlier that day, I had spent cleaning that whole area in our living room, which is just on the other side of this wall right here. He had a very large dog crate, because I wanted to make sure he was comfortable when he was inside, and we had to put him in a crate if we had people over or we were coming in and out of the doors and stuff like that. Like, literally, his dog crate was huge. It's a dog crate that's designed for like Mastiffs and Great Danes. It's very tall. And he was an Akita, so he was a large dog himself. But anyway, he's in here with me. And I don't know what it was, but I just, after cleaning that area, and he's been in the living room for all those years, like that was his corner all those years. And every time we'd go in the living room, if he wasn't in there, of course he was outside or whatever. But I went and sat on the couch, and I just looked and I stared in the corner, and it was just so empty compared to Sammy's crate, which is on the same wall, but like in the opposite corner where he's at. It just looked like it was different. He wasn't there anymore, and neither was his crate. And his crate, like I said, it was huge, and it's one of those crates. It doesn't just fold together. You don't just fold it and hold it by the handle and take it out, like a normal size crate. It had giant rods in each corner, and you had to pull the rods out and take panel off by panel on the top and the bottom. And, it took a while to disassemble it. Anyway, I got it out to the garage. But anyway, I went in there and I sat in the living room, and I looked in that spot. And right when I looked in that spot, you guys, this is what I saw. I want to show you. The sun was shining in through windows clear from the kitchen area, but it was where it was shining. Like, you can see everywhere else in that corner, it could have been shining anywhere else in that corner. But as I sat there on the couch and I saw that, I was like, Oh my gosh. And I didn't start crying. Y'all will be proud of me. I did not start crying, but I did get a huge smile on my face because at that moment, like, I felt he was there with me to comfort me, you know? Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I know it takes a while to get over when a pet passes, but I just could not help to feel, and y'all can see how small, much smaller Sammy's crate is over to the right. And there was an air purifying machine that was between the dog crate. So that's that little thing to the left of Sammy's crate. But his crate took up that whole corner, like literally just underneath that thing hanging from the wall, pretty much, to that whole corner. And so, yeah, that's what I thought, Beverly. So, but it felt good to bring him home. And anyway, it felt good to bring him home. So, but y'all, I'm getting better about not crying. So, not that that would make it any easier, but it's still there for several days, y'all. I was a complete mess, and anything that I would say or think about him would kind of throw me off. So, all right, I'm gonna lighten up the mood with the video. Thank you, Stella. Yeah, I get it. And I have a feeling that'll be me, but I think, you know, with that last little drive that we took and I saw his head hanging out the window, he just looked so at peace. And that's kind of how I want to remember him. And then when that happened and I saw that the sun shining just right perfectly in the corner where he would normally be, it just put a smile on my face. So yeah, that's okay. I'm getting better, you guys. Thank you. Hello, Terry. All right, y'all, I'm going to lighten up the mood with a funny video, and then I'm going to do a couple of drawings, and then we're going to get started on a demonstration. So, in the spirit of 4th of July, this video came across my Facebook feed, and then I couldn't find it, and then I finally found it back on YouTube. So I'm going to share this video, and then I'm going to do a drawing. So let me share my screen. Share screen. Y'all, that's funny, but it's not funny. Y'all, be careful with fireworks. We don't do fireworks because we just don't. I think it's a waste of money. Like we go see fireworks, but like personally, we're not going to go spend money on fireworks just to watch things blow up. You know what I mean? Our boys are past that stage. And anyway, so just be careful with fireworks, especially if you're doing them in your front yard and with kids around. That was supposed to be probably a fun moment for everybody, but that was pretty disastrous, you guys. All right. Anyway, it was just a funny. Let's do a drawing. We're gonna do 2 drawings. Let me refresh my screen to make sure I'm still in here. So we're gonna do last week's video, and let me do some shuffling. Last week, if you watched last Sunday's video, the drawing is I'm going to show you the card when I get the camera pointed down, but the prize is a kit to make that card, because the card that I made I sent out to my friend Martha already, and I always keep a card that I make for my samples and stuff. So everybody that shared, liked, commented, hearted, laughed, cried, whatever, your name is on this wheel, whether it's from Facebook or YouTube. And so Let's spin and let's give that card just. It's Brooke. I'm writing this down. And if you notice, it says YT right next to that because Brooke was watching from YouTube. So, like I said, whether you're watching from Facebook or YouTube, your name is on that wheel. And if you share, your name's on there twice. So, congratulations, Brooke. I know exactly where to send your kit. And then let me stop sharing for just a moment because let me show you the card. This was the card. And what we're doing is I have a kit that's cut in order to make this card. So you just have to substitute a sentiment, a big sentiment to go in the middle there. So congratulations, Brooke. And then before I share my screen again, we're about to do the drawing for, see if I can't get a non-glare off. That's a glare. There we go. There we go. For the June share. So we're about to do the June share drawing. And if you remember, it is a copy of the Lasting Joy photopolymer stamp set. And let's go ahead and share that wheel. Let me get back to my wheels. And June shares. There's a lot of shares, you guys. Let me do some shuffling. By the way, while I'm thinking about it, the share prize for July is going to be a copy of the stamp set that we're going to be using for the class kit today. And then, of course, the second half of the month, the class kit as well, which is a copy of the Layering Leaves stamp set. There is a coordinating punch that comes with it, but it's not available to purchase as a bundle. Do y'all hear that? That is some shenanigans going on underneath my desk. Somebody's mad. Oh, they're not. They're on the other side of my desk. Anyway, they're having a little fight over there. So I did pull all the names, Facebook, YouTube. It didn't matter if it was a Sunday live or a scrapbooking live or scrapbooking, pre-recorded video. Your name's on here. That's a lot of shuffling. And let's go ahead and spin. Good luck to everyone, and thank you for all of the shares. That was a lot of shares. So when I go pull those names, I just kept typing and typing and typing. And looky there. It's Beverly. And it was her June 18th YouTube share that that won the share. Let me stop sharing. So congratulations, Beverly. Yeah, she's congratulating Brooke. Everybody, yay. Yes, Melinda, that was crazy. Thank you for sharing, Kay. Yay, Brooke. Yes, Kitty Tussles as usual. Y'all, there's a box. There's a Stampin' Up! Box over here to the left of me on the floor, and Chris cut out a circle in the middle of it. And y'all know the strips after I use my my glue dots, and it just keeps getting longer and longer and longer, and you tear those off and throw them away. So there's two or three of them over here on the floor next to that box, and they love playing with them. So that's where I've been throwing all my pieces on the floor. So I have those pieces all over the floor over here, but it keeps them busy. Yes, congratulations, Beverly. Beverly's building her stamp collection with these wins. Oh, yeah. That's a good way. Y'all know I like giving stuff away. So let's see what else. Oh, one last thing. I have one class kit left over for the second half of the month of June using the Gone Fishing bundle. So if you did not earn it and you want to buy it, whoever is the first to claim it in the comments, it's 11. I think they had them for 11 plus shipping, and shipping's about $3.50. So I can mail these, but it's enough to make 2 of each of the cards for the second half of the month of June. And it includes envelopes. And then there's a link to the full color tutorial, so you can put those together. Oh, Heather wants it. Well, Heather can have it. Just let me know if you want me to mail it, or if you want to swing by and pick it up, because I know porch pickup. You got it. All right. Well, that was quick. Thank you, Heather. Yeah, they're masculine. It's the end of the masculine. And so today we're going to be starting a completely new class kit. And let me get my screen pointed down, and then we'll take a sip of my drink here so we can get started. And my Sunday videos that have class kits are generally about an hour. And I know I do a lot of chit-chatting in the beginning, but y'all are my Sunday afternoon social life, just so y'all know. So I'm going to chit-chat with you guys for a little while. So let's go ahead and show what we're going to be using for our class kit for the month of. This is the first half of the month. Let me show you the stamp set that we're going to be using. It's layering leaves, and let me see if I can. I was wondering, let me see if I can make this, leave the light on, but turn it, adjust the brightness of this. Maybe that'll work. Okay, it's still on, but it's not as bright. All right. It's the Layering Leaves stamp set. I'm still getting a glare. There we go. No glare. It's the Layering Leaves stamp set. And this is, so when you're a demonstrator and you sell $1 million in Stampin' Up, isn't that crazy? You get to design your own stamp set. And so this is Rachel Tessman's $1 million stamp set, Layering Leaves. I'm really, really liking the fonts. I'm liking the sentiments, and just a few simple images with some leaves. And there's a coordinating punch, the bow punch. I believe I'm saying that right, bow. And this will punch out not only these larger leaves, but these 2 smaller ones you have here. And then you also have just a single leaf. And then you also have like a little splotchy. I love splotchiness. So we're going to be using splotchiness in the video. And then let me set this to the side. And let's show the paper that we're going to be using. So the paper we're going to be using is available in 6x6. And this is the Inked Botanicals 6x6 Designer Series paper. I'm going to fan all this out so you can see all of the different designs. It's 6x6. There's 48 sheets, and there's 12 designs, you guys. Look at all those different designs and all those colors. And I'm going to flip it here so you can see the other side, but you've got all these coordinating colors. You've got Calypso Coral. I just used the 2-inch punch to punch out some circles. You got Crushed Curry. We're going to be using Lost Lagoon. Petal Pink, believe it or not, is part of that little collection there. And Pool Party. And Very Vanilla. Those are all our coordinating colors for this Designer Series paper. Let me bring this down a little more. There we go. And then I'm going to flip this over so you guys can see the other side, because y'all know this paper is double-sided. There we go. Look at all that. All those different designs. 48 sheets, 12 by 12. So if y'all didn't get any, y'all remember this was on sale last month. It's no longer on sale. So I'm sorry, it's no longer on sale. But we do have the bonus days coming up beginning the 6th of July. So that's the Inked Botanicals Designer Series paper. And that's what we're going to be using for our class kit. Also going to be using the iridescent pearls, basic jewels, and that is also the free coordinating accessory that you get with a $50 or more order. And then we're going to be using the bordered ribbon that's in Lost Lagoon. I love it. It does tie bows real easily. So let's go ahead and get started. And which one are we going to do first? We're going to do this one first. So this is going to be card number 1. Let me see if I can bring this down a little bit more so you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go. All right, I'm going to set this off to the side, and then let me grab this one. I did a technique with, and I'm not going to show you the technique. Like, I'll show you what I did, but I'm not actually going to do this because I want to do its own little video, a really quick video that shows how to do that. And it involves inking up your embossing folder to get this technique. Okay, so we're going to be stamping in Lost Lagoon with this particular card, and I'm going to stamp the back in the Angel Policies Stampin' Up. So let's go ahead and stamp the back. There we go. And then while I have my ink open, we're going to go ahead and stamp, and I need to get my little foam mat. I should use my foam mat. We're going to be stamping hello. I said that like I was asking a question. We're going to stamp hello, and we're going to stamp it kind of over here to the right a little bit. And we're stamping that in Lost Lagoon. Okay, so let me go ahead and close that. And then we're going to use our Banner's Pick-a-Punch, and we're going to banner cut the left side of that. So we're going to put that into the banner cut. Put that in there. And then we're going to flip it over to make sure that's even so we can adjust it if we need to. And it's in there flat. We'll pull that out. Okay, so now we have everything ready to start assembling. Now, this uses the exposed brick 3D embossing folder. And this is what happens. This is the effect you get when you use that embossing folder and you ink up the side that has the line on it. So what I did is this is the side that has the line, which is the I want to make sure I get this right. It's the embossed side. So this is the side that once it presses down, it presses down the paper into the debossed side, or vice versa. Y'all know what I mean. Anyway, you ink up this side right here, and when you go to put your paper down in it, and then you fold it up, and then you run it through your embossing folder, and when you take it out, you have that effect where it places the ink that was on that folder into the pressed part. And that is the technique that I'm using with this one. Now, I've already done it for my sample because I didn't want to bring the big, embossing machine over here. So we're going to be putting that down first with this glue. That was too much, but that's okay. Gonna stick. Okay. And it really doesn't matter. I don't know. After I did this, like I couldn't tell which side was up and which side was down. And it really doesn't matter because you're really just getting that little effect, I guess you can say. But yeah, but that's what it looks like. And I did use Lost Lagoon. So it's basically tone on tone, Lost Lagoon. And that's the effect that you're going to get with really any embossing folder that we have. You're going to get that really pretty effect. And it looks like designer series paper, but you actually have to feel it. And then you feel that texture and you realize it's embossing folder. Okay, so let's set that off to the side. And then I have this piece of designer series paper that we're going to use. And we're going to mat this onto this piece of Lost Lagoon. I'm loving these colors, you guys. I really am. Okay, so we have this little mat happening here. And then when I went to cut this designer series paper, the DSP is 6 inches long, but I cut it down. And when I cut it down, I ended up, because I cut for this one and I cut for that one. So I ended up having 2 strips of this designer series paper that was left over. And so, but it was on another one that I cut. So anyway, this was a leftover piece that I have. So I want to show you how you can also get away with using your scraps as well. We're going to go ahead and banner cut this piece right here. And I want to do this side. So let me get that in there and make sure that's straight and then banner cut it. We're going to put this down. Okay. I'm really trying to get better about using my scraps, you guys, because if y'all could see the amount of scraps I had left over from all those masculine things I did in the month of June, y'all would flip, literally. And I think this is upside down. I think I might have banner cut it, but you can't really tell. I'm going to put this down and I want to line this up with the piece of Lost Lagoon, the edge of that. Okay. And then we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of this one. Oh, I forgot to cut it. I forgot to cut it, you guys. Uh-oh. Give me a moment. Let me correct this. And I'm going to correct this with continuing to banner cut it down a few extra times. I should have put that on there. Trying to correct my mistake here. I meant to cut this down. Oh, that's always playing. Do y'all see how I'm just pushing it in there and getting it cut down? I need to do a few extra ones. I could have just cut it right the first time and I would have saved myself this little snafu. And let me do one more. Perfect. All right, now let's do that. I want to show y'all why I had to cut it down. Because it was because of this piece. So this one, I want to put right here in the middle, but I want to line it up in the middle so that you can actually see a little bit of that DSP over here, and then you can see the banner die cut over here on this side. That's why I had to cut it down, and I totally forgot to do that. Anyway, we're going to be using our Lost Lagoon, and on my sample, I used a 12-inch strip, but on what I'm about to do, I'm going to use double because I was struggling with making that bow, but y'all see. And then what we're going to do, so this is basically a 14-inch strip because I wanted to make sure I had enough. We are going to tie this around the back, and let me do that and get my reverse tweezers in there. So hold that center together. Come on now, Barbara. And does it really matter? Yeah, I want to do it this way. Oh, that made it so much easier. If y'all could have seen, oops, that didn't look easier, but it was. If y'all could have seen how I was struggling with that little 12-inch strip. All right, I need to pull my, I think my bow is going in the opposite direction, but that's okay. Just this, and then I'm going to trim my little edges there. I'm just pulling them until I'm happy with my little loops, and then pulling it tight in between. I think that'll work. And then this is where you can just trim your little tails there, so they at least look pretty on the end. And then let's move this over. I'm going to put some dimensionals on. And we're going to pop this up on the center. And I'm going to go ahead and put one, in the center, just for funsies. All right. Move that over just a tad. And let's put this in the center. And then we're going to put on some of these iridescent pearls. Let's put a big one up here, and then we're going to use some small ones because there's lots of small ones on here. We'll put a small one right there, and then we'll put another small one over here. Of course, you can put more on there if you want to put more. But there is card number 1, using that inked up embossing folder, exposed brick 3D embossing folder. Of course, you can move your, if you need to adjust your bow, you can adjust it. If it moves around too much, you can definitely put it. See, as you can see, my bows went in 2 different directions. One went left and one went right. But there you go. Card number 1. Where's my, there we go. There we go. Hey, Oma. Good to see ya. Thank you, Libby. Yes, Kay, it is very gorgeous. This designer series paper is one of those that you just got to see for yourself. Thank you, Jackie. Yep. And by the way, when you do ink up your embossing folders, our embossing folders, if I had to give them a comparison, our embossing folders are like really good Tupperware. They don't stain. When you put ink on them, literally, you guys, all you have to do to get the ink off is just run this under water, and you can just see it bead right off. And then you just take a dry towel and dry it. Now, even though you just inked up this side, I'm always going to suggest that you go ahead and run some water on the other side in case any ink got on the opposite edge. But that's all you do is you just run it under water. It beads right off, and you're like, wow. And then take a dry towel and dry it really good. You do want to dry it really good. So if you go to use it right away to emboss, like do regular embossing, you're going to feel that moisture get into the paper. Ask me how I know. It's happened to me. All right, that's card number 1. And then card number 2. This one is going to be opening this way. So let me grab my pieces for that one. Got a lot of pieces going here. And my bone folder. And on this one, we're going to be also stamping in Lost Lagoon as well. We're going to be using Calypso Coral as well. But go ahead and stamp. There you go. Stamping up. And then I did break out our circle punches. I broke out the 2-inch circle punch, and I did emboss it with that 3D embossing folder. I just threw that in there. But on our circle punch, we're going to be stamping "Thinking of You." Oh, that's "Thank you so much." Where's my "Thinking of You"? Where's my "Thinking of You"? Did I put it back in the stamp set? I seem to be missing a sentiment, you guys, which oh, there it is. It's right there. It was right in front of me. It looked like something different. Anyway, let's ink that up. "Thinking of You." We are done. No, we're not done. We are going to stamp the little bitty flower. And we're going to do that one in Lost Lagoon. Okay. I'm going to try to get all my stamping out of the way. I wanted to show you guys how to use those. So that's why I had that there. And then let's stamp. We're going to be doing that one in Calypso Coral. Let's do that. Now, when you get your class kit, I can't do any of the stamping, but the paper that you need to stamp and punch with, that will be included with your kit. And that's just because with Stampin' Up, we can't do any stamping. All right, so now let's go ahead and do some punching. We're gonna this is where scraps come in real handy, you guys. So we're gonna line that up, and I need to adjust it. Do that. Did I do enough? Now let's try this again. All right. See if I can line that up. Nobody move. Nobody move. Nobody breathe. There we go. Perfect. And then we've got this little bitty one. I'm going to flip this on the other side. That's why I decided to stamp on the other side, because of the way I was going to be putting this in. Now, I will tell you that there is a way to stamp and punch both of these at the same time. I wasn't planning on demonstrating it today, but what you do is you take a scrap piece of paper that's at least as big as this little area, and then you punch it. I don't even have a scrap piece right here that I can show you. But anyway, what happens is, let's say this is the scrap piece that I did. You'll lay that piece down on wherever you're going to be stamping, and then you take your stamps, and then you stamp through the hole. And the good thing is it's photopolymer, so you can see exactly where you're going to be stamping. So you stamp through the punched part, you stamp both of your images, and then when you go to put it back in your punch, you just line everything back up, and then you can you can punch both of them at the same time. So that's just a little tip. I know I've done them before in previous videos, but it's been a while. But it can be done. Okay, and then what do I have next? What do I have next? I got that one, and I have this designer series paper. We're going to be punching one of those. And then, what is that one? Oh, a smaller one as well. There we go. All right, let's start putting this together a little bit. So I did do another piece of Lost Lagoon that was embossed with the exposed brick 3D embossing folder. But after I did it, of course, I realized that the brick is going this way. But I thought, I'm going to break some rules. I'm going to turn my piece of paper this way because most of it's going to get covered up anyway. And it's just so that I can see, you know, a little bit of embossing on the back. And I don't think whoever, you know, when you get the card, you're going to be like, oh, that brick is going vertical. Like it doesn't matter. It's okay to be a little different, you know? So this one is going to be vertical. So we're going to start covering that up. I did take a piece of Calypso Coral, and I did use the scalloped die cut from the Scalloped Contours. And then also we're going to be using this piece of Designer Series paper in there. Now, this is another one where in order to cut it down to this mat, this was a little small scrap piece that was left. I don't remember what edge it came off. I think it was that side. But I thought, let me go ahead and use that because y'all, I really am trying to get good about using my scraps. So we're going to put some adhesive on one side only of this Designer Series paper. And we're going to mat this so that just the scalloped piece shows. I get that lined up as best I can. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and put this piece down. And you can either have your scalloped on the left or you can flip it around and have your scallop on the right. I wanted to go ahead and do it on the left only because I've got so much happening over here on this side. So I think it helps balance out what we got going on. Oh, I had already done that, but that was for something different. So let's get some adhesive on the back of this piece of embossed Calypso Coral. Okay, now remember that little scrap piece? We're going to put that scrap piece right here, but I'm going to flip it around on that side so that we get to see the back of the Designer Series paper, because so often we just use the front. So we're going to line that up with the edge there. Is that straight? Okay, that looks straight. Okay. And then now we're going to build our little flowers along the back, and we're going to be using some glue dots. So let's get some glue dots. And start building this back. And this one's going to go kind of right there. And then I'm going to take that one that I stamped and punched and get a glue dot on that one. Kind of put that one going like that. And then the little one that I stamped and punched, I'm going to get a glue dot on that. These are some sticky glue dots, but that's good. Put that in the front. And then the other small one, I'm going to get a glue dot on that one, where that's kind of hanging out over here. And then if you have some scraps of ribbon, I'm going to cut a couple of scraps. I don't have any scraps. I'm just going to cut just a couple of small pieces. We're going to get some glue dots on the bottom. Oops, glue dot came off on my finger. And then we're going to poke those out You'll see how the back is starting to build up a little bit, but this is the rough part. And then of course on the front you see the prettier spot, the prettiness of it. And then now we can put down some dimensionals. So I'm going to put one right there. I'm going to put 3 of them on here. Okay, and then let's put this on the front of our card to kind of cover up. And then you can move these if you need to. If you want it to be more up and you want it to stay there, you can just put a glue dot underneath that. And then I swear, you guys, I lose things so easily. Let's get some. Uh-oh. Somebody's right here. I don't know if y'all heard him. You're fine, Daddy. And then we'll put one over here just to help balance those out. Then there is, I know, there is card number 2. What? You better not jump up here. Okay, card number 2. And then card number 3, I wanted to use, even though Early Espresso is not like one of the coordinating colors, I wanted to use Early Espresso with this Lost Lagoon and Very Vanilla, and I'm really liking how it came out. So let's do that. Let me get all my pieces. I did use a different embossing folder, by the way, and this card is going to open like a regular, like a regular card. So let's get our Lost Lagoon card base ready. And let me do the back. We're going to be stamping in Early Espresso. So let's stamp. Let's stamp the back. Oop, that's a little crooked, but that's okay. And then let me stamp on, we're going to stamp on this, our sentiment. Wrong one. We're going to stamp on this one. This one is thank you so much in Early Espresso. And we're going to stamp the little small flower. We're going to stamp one of these in Early Espresso. And I went ahead and punched one of these small flowers out. So I got one of those. But I seem to be missing. A piece of, let me see if I can do it on here. I think I can do it on here. I think. We're going to be using a different stamp set. Nope, that's too small. Let me grab, because I need that one. And I thought I had an extra piece. Stamp. Let's stamp this one. And let me use this side over here. And then I want to do the coordinating stamp set in Early Espresso as well. But on that one, we're going to be stamping off. So basically you stamp your image and then you stamp off. That didn't get a clear image. Or maybe I did. Okay. And then you go back over it and it gets the inside. So it's early espresso with stamped off early espresso on the inside. And then let me move this off to the side, and let's get all our punching out of the way. And let's do this. Oh, maybe I should have used it on the other side. Oh, well. What's going to happen is you're going to get a little bitty, when you're not paying attention, like what I just did, and you're not paying attention to the cardstock that you're using on the other side, you end up punching out one of the other images, but that's okay because I know I'll be using it on something. Just trying to get this lined up. There we go. See, I cut out a little flower when I didn't intend to. I should have stamped it on the edge over here, or just made sure it was just a strip so I wouldn't have any of that. Okay, so I got that. Oh, I meant there was one more. But I'm gonna have to clean these. Normally I do all this, but I wanted to show you guys. Make sure I clean the right stamp. I wanted to show you guys actually how I do this. So often when we demo, we're doing things, but you're like, how did you do that? So I wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of how I did that. And so on this one, we're going to be using, oh, I think I got them backwards, you guys. That's okay. I'm going to do these backwards. With my images, I got them backwards. And then now let's do the coordinating with Lost Lagoon. Y'all see what I did? I got my images backwards as far as the color, what I intended to stamp with. Okay, that's it. Okay, so let's close Lost Lagoon up. And of course I'm going to end up, let me cut this. Let's get this one in. I'm going to end up cutting another one of these little bitty ones in very vanilla, but that's okay. Get that lined up. That for something else. And I think that's all the cutting, punching. I do have to cut this, by the way. So let's go ahead and start assembling our card here. This is going to go on the inside. So let me go ahead and get this one out of the way. This is what I thought I had to use, but because it's a dark card base, we want to put this on the inside. Of course, if you have something you need to stamp, I would stamp it on there before you go putting that down. This is one of the basic 3D embossing folders. This is that, I can't tell what kind of design it is. It's like crisscross applesauce. Anyway, it's very vanilla. And what I did, and I want to show you how you can still do it after the fact, as long as the image is not, so busy. It's a subtle stamp. It really is. It's a subtle stamp, but I'm going to be using the splotch stamp, a little splotch stamp we got, and I'm going to be inking this up in some early espresso and just kind of splotching the image around the center. And then I'm going to do it an extra time, kind of like that, just around the center. And then I'm done with the early espresso. So let me close that up. Well, now we can start to assemble. We're going to put this mat onto this piece of early espresso. So get some glue. on the back. Let's mat that. This whole mat, we are going to pop up. We're going to pop up with dimensionals. And I'm going to put one in the middle. And then we're going to put this on the front center of our card. Make sure that's straight. That looks straight. Okay. And then now we're going to start putting these down. And we're just going to put these down with glue dots. So let's put that one down there. This other one, get a glue dot. And the glue dot came off on my finger again. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. Okay, there we go. Put that one going this direction. I was wondering why there was a glue dot on here and there was a glue dot on my finger. And that's because the glue dot did not stick to this piece over here. That was that extra glue dot I had. All right, now there's a glue dot on there. Okay. Now, oh, I forgot to do this one, you guys. The one that I stamped, the little early espresso one that I stamped. So let's do that one. There we go. Let's put that one down with a glue dot. Put that one right there. I want to stick to my fingers. And the little one that I did in early espresso, that was an extra one that I had done already when I was preparing. Man, these glue dots want to stick to everything except where I want them to. There you go. We're going to put that one right here in front of that one. And okay. And then now, tear that off. We're going to use some of this Lost Lagoon, and I want to say I used a 6-inch strip, I think. Okay, and then what we're going to do with this one is we're going to put this down with some glue dots. So let me grab a glue dot with my take your pick, and I'm going to put a glue dot on the back of this piece right here so I can get it started. And we're going to start right there. And then let me get another glue dot ready to go, because I want to take this and I want to fold it back this way. Okay, so I want to put a glue dot back behind here. To hold that corner down. We're going to do a zigzag, basically, is what we're going to be doing. So let me get another glue dot ready to go on my take your pick tool. And then we're going to zigzag it going that way. So I'm going to get a glue dot back here. Okay, and then we get another glue dot. And that glue dot is going to go on this side so that when I fold this back going in that direction, it sticks down like that. So we got a little zigzag going with that, with the ribbon. And then this piece right here, I struggled with, how do I want to do this? Do I want to do a banner? Do I want to just do a rectangle? And then I was like, I want you to be able to see the ribbon. So that's why I decided to do this little thing where we're just going to cut around. We're going to cut around the sentiment. I know y'all have seen this done before on probably some other videos. At one time, this was like the thing to do, right? This was the thing to do as far as cutting out your sentiments. If you don't like this, then I would suggest, you know, doing like a rectangle and like banner cutting one of the edges. But we're going to put that right in the center because y'all can see why I wanted to see some of that ribbon. So let's get a dimensional there. And then we're going to get one over here on this thicker side. So we can put that over the center. There we go. And then we're going to get, I'm going to put some extra iridescent ones on here. I'm going to put 6 of them on here, you guys, because there's a lot of little ones that come with these packs. And so I want to double up wherever I put one. I'm going to put another one, and we'll put some over here on this side. Just kind of random, but 2 side by side. It's a little different. Y'all can see there's a lot of iridescents, and these are the larger ones. And then starting from here, going all the way up, those are the smaller ones that you have. All right, let me move this out of the way because we are finally done, you guys. Finally. But I know I chit-chatted a while there at the beginning. But anyway, you can see that one kind of went wonky there. But that's how I intended it to look like. So there is your class kit for, let me bring this up just a little bit, for July 1st through the 15th. And let me put the landscape one in the middle. And then that one over here to the right, so I can update my thumbnail. Move this down a little bit so you guys can see. Let me catch up on some comments. Tell me which is your favorite card. Number 1. This is number 1, even though I did that one second. Number 1, number 2, or number 3. Tell me which one is your favorite one while I look over some comments here. Hello, Carol from Connecticut. Thank you for sharing. Thank you, Donna. Oh, you're fine, Donna. Thank you for sharing. Lori can't stay, but she'll love the car. Watch it later. Okay. Beverly likes the colors. Very retro 60s, 70s. Yes. Great way to use scraps. Yeah, I'm telling you, I need to get better about using my scraps, you guys. Thank you, Kay. All the cards are awesome. Kay says, oh, I like this one also. I don't know which one I was doing. Oh, crisscross. Crosshatch. Oh, thank you. Is that the name of it? I was just calling it crisscross, and they had applesauce to it later. Number 2 is Heather's favorite. Number 2 is Beverly. Oma likes number 3. See if I can turn on a little more. I don't know if that helped a little bit, but Heather likes the embossing trick. Thank you, Kay. Susan, loving these colors for these 3 cards. Loving number 3. Yeah. Melinda, loving this stamp set and the beautiful colors. She especially likes the first one. Donna likes 1 and 3. Carol likes number 1. Paula loves the colors on number 1, but the elegance of number 3. Yeah. This one, really, you guys, is like, it's super, super simple, you know? And this just shows you, with a little bit, like the embossing, just a little bit of embossing, just a little bit of splotchiness. And just the simplistic of the leaves, how you can really make a really pretty card and not feel like you have to get all fancy. Because trust me, I like to see the fancy cards, but I'm also a realist. And I just know, like, if I do it, it's just to prove like I can do it. But like, am I honestly really going to make, multiples of those fancy cards that require like lots and lots and lots and lots of different techniques and things like that? And I'm gonna be like, no, I'd rather mass produce a card like this middle one, even if it does require inking up your embossing folder. But yeah, you can just make simple, pretty cards. I know some people may see some of mine and think, oh, that's like, I could never do that, but you can, and that's why we do these demonstrations, to show you like you can do these things. All you have to know is just, you want to know your basics, and then you just start building on that, and then you start mixing and matching with your products that you have. And that's why, a lot of times you'll see a bunch of different products being used, because I don't want you to get the stamp and the die, the stamp and the punch, and feel like you're just limited to just those two things, and that's all you can do to make that card. No, you can mix and match. I mean, this one uses the scallop die from a completely different die set. It's not even part of this. As well as using your scraps. Like, I need to learn how to use my scraps, so me learning and showing you guys how to use little pieces just like that, or these little bitty strips like that, we got to use them. It's a shame to see so many scraps going to waste every single month. Paula says all of them are pretty and the new ribbons seem thick. Yeah, if you're talking about those in color ribbons, those definitely are thick. And that's why y'all have not seen me use them as much as I would have loved to have used them, because they make, like, they might be good for like projects, big projects, where it doesn't matter if your ribbon's thick or you want thick ribbons. But for making cards, if I use them, they're going to be like small pieces, and it's going to be small pieces like this that you can accent behind something, because they make some pretty thick bows, you guys. Thank you, Kay. I know today was long. I'm going to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed the cards. This is the free kit that you can get with your $35 or more order. If your order's 50 or more, you're going to get a package of the iridescent pearl basic jewels. Those of you that have gotten my kits before, everything is cut for you, die cut for you, punched. Anything that I can possibly do within Stampin' Up! Policies, I'm going to do. We can't do any of the stamping though. So if there's any pieces that require stamping, you will have to do those. And if you want to do the cards as designed, you will need at least the stamp set. Because it's not an official quote unquote bundle, meaning y'all know with bundles in the past, when something has a coordinating punch or dies that go along with it, you normally get that 10% discount. But the layering leaves and the bow punch, it's not an official bundle. So that means that any of the punching that I can do for you, like with the designer series paper or the cardstock, I can go ahead and do that for you, and that'll be included in with your kit. Also, what's included is any ribbons, but I don't do the accessories anymore. And any of the banner die cutting, the punching, all that's done for you, even the scallop over here, the embossing's done for you. Now, I will tell you, for this card right here, because it requires ink, I can't do that, but I will include an extra piece of Lost Lagoon. so that if you want to do it with another embossing folder that you have, if you have that exposed brick 3D, you can do that as well. But the piece that'll be included will be a piece that's already embossed. So if you don't want it, you can use it for another project. Or and we have a visitor, you guys, right in the middle of. I was almost done, and look who decides to show up. Hello. Hi. Can we help you? Can we help you? Yes, they're looking at you. Well, I almost got done today, you guys, without a kitten running across my screen here. That would be Benjamin. I'm almost done, Daddy, okay? Yeah. Here, sit on my lap. No, you're not going to sit on my lap? All right. He's not going to want to sit on my lap, so I'm holding him, you guys. Yes, happy 4th of July to everyone. Please be safe. Don't be the next viral video like I showed you guys at the beginning where, firecrackers gone wrong, Yo, you're welcome, Paula. Thank you all for joining me. Wherever you are, stay safe this holiday weekend, especially with your grills. Don't cook too close to the house, that kind of thing. Make sure your meat's cooked thoroughly. We don't want anybody getting sick because of raw meat, But make sure to check on your elderly neighbors. Make sure they're doing okay. They're staying hydrated. They're staying cool. Yes, Curious Baby or little boy. Yep, that's him. Thank you, Carol. But y'all have a great Sunday afternoon. We got a new, by the way, the scrapbook videos, before I forget, the scrapbook videos for the month of July, they are going to be featuring this designer series paper. So there'll be at least 2 different layouts. So this upcoming Wednesday, the pre-recorded video will be layout number, I want to say it's 55, page number 1. Will be featuring this designer series paper this month. So that's something to look forward to. So if you're into scrapbooking, I invite you to come back Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time to join us for the next scrapbook page layout. So we will see you all later. And if I don't see you Wednesday, then I'll definitely see you next Sunday. All right. Bye, y'all.